And up next is Demario Davis, who had a strong showing last week with an 8-tackle game. It's the Saints and the Jags on Thursday night.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Superdome in New Orleans. Tonight we kick off Week 7 with a great Thursday night matchup here, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. They come into this one knowing... Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here come the Saints to take over for the first time. And here's the new man under center. After 9 seasons as a Raider, Derek Carr is the guy.
It's going to take some time to adjust to seeing Carr running out in a new uniform. Instead of black and silver, it's black and gold. 35,000 yards and over 200 touchdowns with the Raiders. The Saints more than willing to let him air it out all game long to a talented group of pass catchers in the Big Easy.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 13 carries, 70 yards.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run it again with Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards. From midfield, here's Carr. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk.
Pressure comes and down he goes. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. Even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A very solid gain of 27.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Off the RPO, he completes it. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll make it second down. On play action, they'll throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And they'll find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. From the 32-yard line now, here's second down and 1. Again, he'll drop to throw. Finds his tight end, Ingram. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Back to throw again. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up second down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here, and we're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. Boy, what a start to the week this has been. All tied, fourth quarter as the kick's away. On the return, Lynn Bowden. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Well, the focus goes back to Chris Olave, the Saints offense. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now, they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, as we all know, possessions are crucial in a tie game, and let's face it, I really didn't need to tell you that. You already knew it. So when he sees he's got nothing good going, an excellent decision to just send that one to the sideline.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Defensively, mission accomplished, and now with under 3 to go, they may be the last team holding the football.
They may very well be the last team holding the football, unless, of course, you're facing a group that is really aggressive offensively and may want to take a gamble. But theoretically, you've done your job now. You should get the ball back on a punt, but I'd be alert for a fake.
They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on first and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Well, there's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And with third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now fourth down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made, in my estimation.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Set to take over once again. Out comes the Saints offense. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Well, that's a good first step, but several steps still to go.
They still have time for the possible game-winning field goal. Time for them to be quick and hurry at the same time.
Now here's a throw that's complete. What do you think? Play this safe? Just worry about getting to OT?
Yeah, don't make any risky throws. It's going to change the outcome. But if anyone slips, take the big shot.
Carr. Gets this complete to Shaheed. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. Here's Carr. Pass complete. Thomas. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Meanwhile, Carr's throw caught by 11. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 33. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Every eye in the stadium locked in on Riley Patterson. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. They'll spot it at the 40. It's a 50-yard kick for the win. And he got it. He splits the uprights from 50 yards out. And Bourbon Street, it'll be a live tie. The Saints have won it. So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level from both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business, though. They were high-flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did, and just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides. So for the Saints, it may not be too late to salvage their season as the win moves them to 2-5 now on the year. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Indianapolis next week. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they fall for the first time this season after 6 wins to start the campaign. And they'll be on the road next week as they travel to Pittsburgh.
Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Continue ahead to begin. It's Week 8 of the NFL. And up next, we'll see the dual threat, Christian McCaffrey. He'll be a focal point of his offense this week. It's the 49ers and the Bengals, just ahead.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Returning from his end zone is Ray McLeod. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. With the Niners offense set to go to work, and it's last year's revelation, Brock Purdy, who leads them out in season number 2 from Iowa State.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
That's caught by Jennings. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Well, this defense for the Bengals very strong in that victory a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Now former 6th-round pick, it's Elijah Mitchell.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. You talk about this Bengals defense.
They currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator, because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit, but facing the number 1 rushing team, they have to stop that in order to have a good performance.
So the completion there, Charles, looking at this defense, certainly in for a tough task here this afternoon. What are some of the keys for them if they want to come out on top?
Well, the first thing, partner, is they just allowed a completion there. They don't want to get a string of those going. Let him get his confidence. Let him get into the rhythm of the game, the flow of the game, and all of a sudden, he's feeling like he can do no wrong. You want to really get after his timing a little bit, knock a few balls away, and make things uncomfortable for him. Because if he feels relaxed, you are in for a tough afternoon.
Back to the ground here, Mitchell.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Purdy looking to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
On 1st down, Purdy.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
Now Purdy. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy. It's not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Well, the Bengals now set for their first possession, and it's Pro Bowler Joe Burrow who leads this offense in his 4th season now out of LSU.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they went in the middle of the schedule. On second down, Burrow.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
The LSU connection, Burrow to Chase for the Cincinnati first.
Back to throw here. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that will bring up second down.
Brings up 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the Niners 24-yard line.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
To the sideline and incomplete. You look at this Niner defense.
This unit against the pass, hoping to get better for sure. Number 25 in the NFL right now.
When they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against some people trying to move the ball on the ground.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Nick Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
So a first quarter sack, and remember, keep in mind, he had 2 sacks in last week's game.
And it's always intriguing to me to watch these great pass rushers because some of them, they need their teammates to scheme for them. Maybe occupy people and make it a one-on-one matchup. Other guys, they just defeat everything in front of them. To get 2 sacks in a game, it's a little bit of both for you.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This will be fielded at the 17. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Niners will go on offense 1st and 10. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw, Purdy. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk.
His first catch, good for 9 in the first down. Starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 is they had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm-up QB2 is bringing the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game, but they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points.
No score after 1 on EA.
The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Purdy bootlegging it. And that one into the hands of Ayuk downfield.
A big play there for the Niners. And a very appropriate gain as well. 49 yards.
Here's Purdy.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got a key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on 1st down, then ran it on 2nd down. Not successful either way. One play called it.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Call it a big loss of 10 there. And it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category.
So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal.
This will be a 37-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead.
So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
He's past the 30. And he finally runs out of gas, but not before he's inside the 10-yard line.
Similar to golf, you never want to count a score before it actually happens, but you have to figure they thought they were going to get 6 on that play. Great effort to keep them out of the end zone, but a big-time return.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive.
The big kick return nearly resulted in 6. Now they'll try to finish the job here. 1st and goal. This goes out wide for Mixon.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now they go play action now. Burrow. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Slipping into the backfield for the sack was Oren Burks.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
3rd and goal. Burrow.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase.
His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack on the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Taken at the goal line.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Purdy's throw pulled in by Kittle.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 3rd down, here's Purdy. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have the 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up the 1st down.
That's caught. It's McCaffrey again.
So nothing doing there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Purdy's throw there, taken in by Kittle. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 43.
Give him 18 on the play.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Purdy will look to throw again here. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Purdy now to throw off the play action.
And this will be incomplete. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So a couple of 1st downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback.
For the Bengals offense getting set and ready to go again here.
Burrow on play action. Rolling to his left. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now it's Burrow. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
One 1st down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this 1st half. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. Got a man, that's Ayuk.
The 49ers now going to use the 1st of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Purdy. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
First down, here's Burrow. Look at the big man rumble, and down to the 28-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the 1st of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Well, the 49ers settling in for their next drive. And they will begin in field goal range already as they search for a potential score.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
They'll find Ayuk open right side.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
A second down throw for Purdy. A throw right side here going to be incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Now Purdy. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Purdy sets up to throw again.
And he wisely will throw that one away.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime...
Purdy to throw.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the...
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So Purdy and the Niners down 28-24, a little under 30 seconds remaining. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Purdy to throw.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Oh, what a nice tackle there. That will hardly move the needle at all offensively. A very short gain. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try to rise up and overcome it.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Purdy to throw. And this is not going to be what they needed. They get a few here, but now 3rd down as the clock runs. To throw is Purdy.
That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game. A critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had, because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that could finish things off for them.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And they take a knee.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that